Punahou has always stood for a deep commitment to academic excellence, and that remains the case today. But I think what we've come to understand is that alongside that, we need to prepare our students for a new kind of future. We need to help them learn to draw knowledge from different fields and apply it to complex problems. We also need to ensure that our students are going to graduate with a degree of self-confidence and resilience and adaptability that allow them to thrive. And at Punahou, we have taken each of these areas and made them a key emphasis in the education that we deliver. And we're very proud of that and what our students go on to do in the world.
Kindergarten is a special time. Entering kindergarten at Punahou is particularly special because children enter a neighborhood that's scaled particularly for them, that takes into account the natural ways in which they learn, that incorporates the indoors with the outdoors in a seamless way so that they can follow their curiosity in any number of modes and experiences.
I think the Punahou kindergarten experience is truly unique, and I mean that wholeheartedly. Because it's based in play and arts and nature and inquiry, there is a breadth to the child's day that I do not think is available in every school. You know, these children have the neighborhood. They do holo holo PE where they go across campus, but then they see that that is their school and that they're going to grow into that larger school, and the opportunities sort of get bigger and bigger and bigger as they leave K1, and that's to me an amazing gift as well.
I think fourth grade is a really special year. Fourth grade is a year of growth and transition. We have 50 new students that come in Punahou every year. You know, when I think of students learning, I think about how much ownership they can have in their learning. So say for instance, you know, they're working on a math problem. I want them to find different ways to solve a math problem. I'm not going to just teach them one method and they have to stick to that method. I give them multiple methods and define the methods that work best for them. That's one way that students can take ownership of their learning. Instead of saying, I'm never going to get this, you want to ask yourself, what am I missing? I don't get this yet, but if I keep trying, I'll finally get it.
As children grow, we like to provide opportunities for them to explore new interests, things that they have always been interested in but maybe never had an opportunity to try. And so in the middle school years, their extracurricular opportunities expand, as do their curricular opportunities through electives.
At Punahou, we focus specifically on teaching critical thinking strategies. We're living in a world where it's actually not that important to know rote facts off the top of your head. So then the task as a teacher becomes more to focus on critical thinking. All right, you have all of these resources at your fingertips. How do you know which is a good one? How do you examine the information that's out there and sift through it and find the best information? And then once you find it, what are you going to do with it? How can you make it useful? This allows students to really get in the driver's seat and kind of take the theme of what the unit might be presenting and figure out where they want to go with it and what really turns them on and becomes exciting to them about it. And while they're doing that, they're growing these habits of minds that are going to help support them not only in 7th grade, but then in 8th grade in any class that they're taking in academy.
Everybody's Punahou journey is meaningful, no matter how long they're here for. And the journey that we aspire for every kid is really one of self-discovery and them finding out what they're great at, what they care deeply about, and what skills they need to develop to be able to make an impact in the world. The adults on this campus have have lots of different interests and passions, and that serves our students really well because they have access to tons of caring adults who know the things that they want to know about or wonder about the things they want to wonder about. And at the core of that, these caring adults care most about the growth and learning of the students on campus.
Oftentimes, when students are at Punahou and at other independent schools, they imagine that the question they have to answer is what they're good at. But we also remind them that the most important question is really a different one. What is it that they care about? What matters to them? What are they willing to commit themselves to? That is a part of a Punahou education which we bring forward in multiple ways, enabling students to think about where their goals and their abilities truly line up.
We care deeply about cultivation of good human beings. And we do this in a number of ways, via our chapel program, via our service programs. We care about the cultivation of their own personal purpose, their mark on the world.
The message I hope for to come out of chapels is that kids can make a difference. Kids can go out and see what's going on around them and then go and try to think of and work through solutions to help solve some of our societal ills. And if they can see it in that perspective, I think it actually gives them a handle to know how to go out and change the world.
The role of this time in a child's education really is to build that foundation so that by the time they leave us and the time they go on into the school, they're adventurous and they take some initiative. You know, they're allowed a certain amount of autonomy up here that I think a Punahou child needs as they go from K to 12 to be able to drive themselves.
My hopes for these students are that they can be inspired, that they can see that learning doesn't need to be a chore, that it's actually happening all the time, and ultimately that when they leave Punahou, they can continue to learn whatever they want, that they have those tools in their tool belt like, all right, I've become interested in this and I know how to learn on my own.
And education at Punahou extends well beyond the classroom. While academics are central to what we do, we are deeply committed to educating the whole child and the whole person. And that means ensuring that every student develops a sense of self-confidence, a sense of social responsibility, and a vision of what they can contribute to the wider world.